Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, welcome back to another episode of the JayCast. I'm your host, JayCast. This episode is brought to you by Redwood Cove Brewing Company. Always coming at you with them heavy hitters. And as always, Eric Jensen's always hard at work. But, yeah, I'm here today. What are we going to talk about? There's a lot of things going on in the world today. Of course, there's always something going on in the world today, actually. That's kind of funny, isn't it? But first off, I would like to congratulate the high school football team, the Paradise Bobcats, to a nice 42-0 victory last Friday. It was the first football game, first really big event since the terrible Camp Fire. So, that was a great atmosphere. That was it was really neat to see. Good to see good people I haven't seen in a while. To see some smiles on some people's faces. So that was really cool and neat to see. And also there was an interview. I don't know who decided they wanted to interview me, but these guys interviewed me, and supposedly they were with the news in Sacramento. And if anybody finds that interview, please let me know and send it to me, because I'm pretty sure it was probably the worst interview of all time. I show up to the game a few beers deep, and that's what happens. They caught me at a bad time. Mind you, I was kind of, they were filming, and I was just kind of flat. I was just kind of, giving them a wave in the background. And then, they decided they want to interview me, and the interview went horrible. In my perspective, the interview went horrible. So if anybody finds it, please let me know, because that would be great to see how fucked up it is, honestly. So yeah. But onward and upward. And their next game is against East Nicholas, and that's Friday at East Nicholas. So go support your P-Town Bobcats. Go get 'em, boys. Go get 'em. But yeah, anyways, fucking Antonio Brown. Speaking of football, Antonio Brown, this young NBA young boy, just out here just balling out, getting money, getting paper. Turned in this whole helmet cabal into an endorsement deal. So good for him. Chess, not checkers, as Chad Ochocinco said. So good for him. I hope he can put all this past him and just go play some football, man. I mean, he's definitely the best one of the best wide receivers in the game, and I hope he's gonna perform. Randy Moss said something about he didn't want to be a Raider, and maybe Antonio Brown doesn't want to be a Raider. I hope that's not the case. And I can, now that, Randy Moss says that, it makes sense. I don't think Randy Moss tried as hard as he could when he was a Raider. But at the same time, the Raiders were trash, They were trash then. Not saying they weren't trash, they were trash now. I'm just saying, I think Kerry Collins was their QB. I don't think I wouldn't feel very confident on a Sunday going in there and Kerry Collins is my QB. That's just my perspective on it. I don't know. He didn't, he was the Raiders QB for a hot minute. And I think, he didn't have the greatest career as a Raider. But, I kind of feel what Randy Moss was saying. I don't know if he wasn't trying his best, or he just gave up because he just knew this team wasn't it. Just wasn't the team. But that shouldn't be the case for Antonio Brown. He's got a good QB. The defense looks promising. I know it's only preseason, but it looks good for the Raiders. Maybe they'll be the first hard knock team to come out and just ball out, Run tables. Commit to excellence for once. Just win, baby. Just win. It's that easy. If I need to step out there and throw for a few hundred yards a game, sign me up. Give me a 1-year deal. I'll come out there and I'll ball. But that's up to you. I'm sure Derek Carr is going to get it done. Hopefully he has an injury-free season. So, because, every time I feel like the Raiders, they made the playoffs that 1 year, and then, he got hurt. And then their second string got hurt. And then they went and played the Texans with the third string, and that's just not ideal. So, we'll see what happens. But, speaking of football, since we're on that topic, the fans booed Andrew Luck because he decided to retire. Now, Indy, I know you're upset. You were sad at the news, but don't boo the man. Come on. You're out here going to boo the guy who has pretty much, he has been your team. And you're going to boo him because, he has injuries. He's hurt. He's not what he used to be. And I'm going to take that back. I take that back. I said that wrong. It's not that he's not who he used to be, He's always been good. He always performs well. And he's always a gamer. He always poured his heart and his soul to that team, to the Colts. And to see that the fans are just going to boo him, I just think, shame on you. I'll boo you back, motherfucker. Boo them Colts fans. Just for that, Jacoby Brissett or whatever his name is. I don't know what the guy's name is. I think the Colts now are going to go defeated. They're going defeated. They're not going to win a game. But they curse themselves. I take that back too. I shouldn't be disrespectful. These are the fans we're talking about, not the players. The players, they all understood. Andrew Luck has, he's not healthy. He doesn't feel like himself. And that's another thing for the fans to be like, you owe us this, you owe us that. You're out here making millions. You didn't try. If anything, that boy was probably one of the most hardest working quarterbacks in the league, let alone on the team. It's to see what the fans did, that was just horrible, and the people backing up the fans or saying trash ass things to Andrew Luck, who is just a stand up guy. It's kind of heartbreaking to see. My personal opinion, but. That's just the way those things go. I feel for him, and I wish nothing but the best for Andrew, and I hope he, maybe he gets, and the thing is too is that he's got Mills, right? He's got Mills, but this boy graduated from Stanford. He's a goddamn Cardinal, all right. He's gonna be just fine. Trust me, people. Me on the other hand, you got a couple semesters of that butt tech. That butt tech, man. Let me tell you something about that butt tech. Butt tech, also produced a very good quarterback by the name of Aaron Rodgers. So shout out Aaron Rodgers and shout out butt tech. And Butt Tech is always out there, making plays, winning natties. So, shout out Butt Tech, boy. Last Chance U. Speak it, Butt Tech might be on that Last Chance U. They're not gonna be the star school, but they're gonna be playing against, the team that is the star school of the Last Chance U. And I believe that's Laney College. Laney JC, boy. I believe that's out of Oakland. straight out of Oaktown. You know, finally, Last Chance U comes out with a California school. You know, a school that doesn't give out scholarships. You know, where you gotta drive to get to school. You know what I mean? No on living, no dorms. You know, maybe Laney does have dorms. I'm just speaking on behalf of Butt Tech here. But for the most part, you know, JC's in California, you gotta get to school in an automobile. So no on living, you know, no scholarships, no money really. You're just there for yourself to show out and try to get a young motherfucking scholarship, boy. But yeah, that should be interesting. You know, unfortunately, it doesn't come out till next year because they're filming it this year. So I'm excited to see what that has in store for Russ. So shout out Laney. Shout out Independence, Kansas. Shout out Coach Jason Brown. I think that's his name. I could have messed it up. I don't know. But yeah. Oh, and here's an interesting thing too about Jason Brown. You know, everybody was you know, if you watch Last Chance U, if you follow it, you may have heard that he was calling one of his players from Germany Hitler. And you know, which he was. He did call him Hitler, but it's a completely different story. He did say something about like, you know, I'm your Hitler now. You do what I say. But all in, you know, joking terms. And with me saying that, coming off saying that right now, for those of you who don't know, it does sound bad. That does sound terrible. But it's not, because this boy was a fucking fuck boy. Alright? This boy was out of control, being weird with the girls, you know, going into girls' locker rooms, I believe, or some shit like that, you know, just disturbing class. He wasn't even on the football team. He was just, you know, he was just there. And mind you, he was calling himself Hitler. You know? He was calling himself Hitler. He was all about that. And so I just, you know, don't think Jay Brown is the I hope I'm getting that right. I feel like I'm butchering it. But you know, the coach, don't get on his case. That dude's a good coach. You know, he got a lot of D1 players. He got a lot of players out of there. He got a lot of players, you know, into good schools. He got a guy from last year's season to University of Cal Berkeley and the University of Vanderbilt. Now, two very high prestiged schools, you know, on the academic side. So, you know, good for him. He's a good coach. I like to see him, you know, I like to look up them interviews and see what that boy's up to, and he's out here selling books. But he did catch himself in a little bit of trouble with the law, acting as a lawyer of some sort to, you know, signing off on some shit. I don't know. I haven't read up too much on that. But, you know, do your thing, man. Make your paper, do what you got to do. Maybe I hope to see coaching again someday, you know. I think I like the straight up attitude he comes at the kids with, you know. It's good. It's good for them. It's, you know, good for them kids. Boy, it's all about the kids. But yeah. Shout out Jay Brown, man. Jay to the motherfucking Brown, boy. Anyway, yeah, we did speaking of, you know, and that's another, back to the Andrew Luck thing. People are also pissed because they picked their fantasy draft and they picked Andrew Luck. You know. My thing is you just did it too early. This is why you gotta wait. Everybody's doing these fantasy drafts like there's no, you know, we got a couple more weeks, got like 2 more weeks. You know, do it the last second. The injuries happen. And I just think, you know, or retirements happen like we had just seen. So, you know, maybe don't do your fucking draft so early. Get it straight. Get it tight. Get it right, boy. So, you know, whatever. That's your fault. It's not Andrew Luck's fault because his health is not where it needs to be. and he's tired of rehabbing, and he's just not right. He's not, his mental state's not there. So and his mental state is there. What I mean is for the game. He's not gonna put all of his his focus into the game because of these injuries, and you should like that better. Better than him coming out halfway through the season just sucking, not doing anything. You know what I mean? Not performing to the level that he needs to be performing at. So, shout out Andrew Luck. Boy, I love you. Most people love you. We're glad to see you, doing something that you think is right, and, that's going to better you. So, at the end of the day, you just got to do you, brother. And I'm happy for you, man. And another person I'm happy for is that boy Rob Gronkowski. Yeah, big number 87, boy. He retired as well this season, or this past season, I should say. After they won another Super Bowl. But yeah, he's in the CBD business now, heavy on the CBD, trying to get that boy T Brady, the GOAT, on that shit too as well. And it'll be interesting to see what happens with that. He also has said as well with his injuries, he wasn't happy with playing football. Not that he wasn't happy; he's making millions. Don't get me. I mean, he just wasn't in the right mindset. It seems like he seems a lot more happy. It almost looks like he's got this this weight lifted off his chest. So I'd like to see that. I hope his CBD business, I don't know exactly what he's doing in it, or what exactly the forte is on that. But make your money, do your things, get your paper right, and just be you, Gronk. We all love you. Keep partying. And I'm sorry, if you're not a Gronk fan, then you just must be a Cowboys fan. Because that boy is a beast. He's funny. This boy parties. I mean, if you don't like him, then like I said, you're either a Cowboys fan, and that's pretty much it. A Cowboys fan, dude. Cowboys fans, man. Can we just talk about Cowboys fans for a minute? Man, aren't they just the worst? They're the worst. I mean, you got fuck Jerryland out there. Jerryland's like, Never Ever Land, whatever that shit's called. Fucking Michael Jackson land. That's what Jerryland's all about. He gets these players, probably tells them how. You always wonder why players are asking for more money with the Cowboys. And people are always just like, oh, they're acting ignorant. It's the players. No, it's because probably Jerry's out here living in Jerry world, fucking popping Viagra and shit, telling them that he's going to pay these players and that they're going to make this money. And then when they ask for the money, they don't get the money. But they know it just gets shown as the players are asking for too much money. Nah, Mr. Jerry, fuck Jerry, is out here popping Viagra pills, sniffing cocaine with 20-year-olds, and, living his life. And, he can do him. He's rich. He's rich and he's got money. He can do it. That's what an old man does. A old rich white man. That's what they do. That's what they be doing. So, but you don't get mad when these players come up to you and are asking for these money because you most likely promised it to them. Maybe he needs to stop doing so much cocaine, blow cane up in there. Jerry's doing all this cocaine and he's forgetting that he's telling these players that he's gonna pay them. And now I get it, okay? Dak is asking for a lot of money. He's asking for a lot of money, but my question is, would you be mad if someone told you could be making that money? Or, that's the money we're going to pay you. And then you're like, okay, I want that money. And they say no. That's just my theory on it. I could be completely wrong. And I hope I am. Maybe I'm a little too hard on the boy Jerry. But, maybe I'll lay back on Jerry. But at the same time, I think that's what's going on. It's got to be something. Why is it always Cowboy players? The boy Elliott's asking for money too, I think. I don't know. But, yeah, shout out them Cowboys. Them Cowboys, boy. Probably they won't ever win a Super Bowl ever again. And you can mark my words on that. They will not win another Super Bowl. So, good luck. Good luck, boy. Young NBA young boy. But if they do win a Super Bowl, never mind, they won't. They just won't win one. So, that's that, That is that. So, yeah, that's pretty much all I got for the NFL football. I'm excited, man. I'm excited for football. It's probably the most excited that I've been for football in probably ever. I don't know why. It's just this year especially, like college football. I can't wait for some college football. I just can't wait that on my Sundays I can wake up hungover as fuck, sit on the couch, turn on the TV, and there's gonna be a game on. And maybe that's a Saturday too. Maybe I'm hungover on a Saturday. I can turn on the TV and there's gonna be some fucking college football playing. So, I can't wait. That's what's great about the weekends. Football season's always, football is America's sport now. If someone's going to come up here and try to tell me that baseball is still America's sport, you're dumb. You're just stupid. I'm not even going to have that conversation with you. Definitely football is America's sport. And what people are saying, the ratings are down. It's getting more political. I don't think so. I don't think that's the case at all. I know I'll agree a little bit with that. Sometimes football, it is getting a little too political. But what sport isn't getting political? We live in political times. Look who's in office. Look who's, we got the president. This whole thing it gets political. There's money involved. A bunch of money gets involved. Players want the money. It's all political. We got a bunch of rich old white people running everything. Well, of course it's going to be political. So, I think this season I'm just going to, see what happens. I hope something crazy happens. I hope I hope you see some radio shit go down, Shout out radio. Cuban Jr. boy. Shout out to that guy too, I'm locked up, they won't let me out. They won't let me out. I'm locked up, they won't let me out. No, they won't let me out. Shout out Akon, boy. Shout out Akon. But, yeah, what else is going on in the world, man? There's a lot of crazy shit. We got, I got Oktoberfest coming up by Sierra Nevada. Big Oktoberfest events. It's always fun to go to. Always fun to go with your friends and whatnot. And can't wait for that. It's October 4th. You haven't got your tickets. Well, you can't get them because they're sold out. So you fucked up there. Maybe you can go on that Facebook marketplace, not get scammed and find a ticket. Or maybe Craigslist. You can go on the boy Craigslist. Who the fuck is Craig? I want to meet Craig. It almost sounds like Craigslist was like a black market type deal, Like Craig just decided, this is where I'm gonna, I'm gonna make this website. I'm the plug. I got all of this shit, and so I'm just gonna list it, and it's just gonna be called Craigslist because my name is Craig. And then one thing led to another, and we have Craigslist. I think you can find lots of things on Craigslist. It's almost like it is the black market still, but for it's like the black and white market. It's the mixed market, the mixed market arts. That didn't make sense. But, Yeah, man, you can find sex on that shit. Prostitution. You know, you can find a fucking boyfriend, a girlfriend, fucking, you know, a stray animal. You can find a goddamn raccoon on Craigslist. You know what I mean? I mean, you could go in there, you could find, you know, a piece of dirt, a rock on. They'd be selling rocks on Craigslist. You know, so, you know, shout out Craig. But whoever, I want to meet this guy, Craig's List. You know, it's like he just had this list of things he wanted to get rid of. It's like, you know, and the one, like I said, one thing led to another, and here we are today, selling cars, selling babies. You know, fucking, it's getting out of control, honestly. You know, you're out there trying to catch, you know, the HIV real quick. You can get that on Craigslist too. It's an open market, man. That's what I'm saying. It's like it's a mixed market. There's a little bit of white in there and there's a little bit of black in there. And when you mix that, man, that's the mixed market. So yeah, I mean, I'm sure Craig's sitting on some money going, how did this work? You know, I started this out illegally. And now it's this thing where people come here and we're all communicating to buy and sell. What a great place that is, you know. And then another thing too is when you go in there, you don't know when you're gonna get scammed. I mean, sometimes you do. Don't get me wrong. Sometimes you're like, all right, this is fucking stupid. I know for a fact that this ain't real. This shit ain't real. But then there's other times, you know, you just get straight scammed. But then there's people who don't know about scam, like they don't know the signs, and so they just get scammed anyways. And you know, shout out those people, because you know we couldn't live in a world without them. But you know, this boy Craig, you know, he's something else. He really is. And like I said, shout out Craig, and we'll move on now. We'll move on from the Craigslist whole ordeal. But on a more serious note, I'm out here. I live out here in the Chico, California, and there's been some crazy shit going down here in Chico. One, it's 105, so that's some crazy shit. But on a more serious note, there is a young college gentleman missing. As of now, he's missing, and the last that he was tubing down the Sacramento River with a few of his friends. The tube flipped over, got snagged or whatever, and he plunged into the water, and that was the last time he has been seen. Then a few days later, one of his friends that he was with gets arrested, you know, caught in his house stealing, you know, and then tells the police that his friend's missing. Now, after 2 days of your friend missing and you get caught stealing some shit in a house, like, you think that's the good time to be like, oh, hey, my friend's missing. It seems a little sketch. I hope, you know, they find this guy. They find this kid. I forget his name. I wish I had written down right here. I don't. But I hope we find him, you know. He's still missing. It's a sad thing, you know. The Sacramento River's dangerous too, you know. I've been reading the comments about the guy he was with, his friend who was arrested, and it seems that this guy's got a history of you know, stealing shit, getting into trouble, breaking into houses, robbing girls, robbing purses, and it doesn't seem like, you know, the best type of guy. Now, there's a girl with him too as well, and she said the tubes flipped. She swam off to the shore and got off, and thought the guys just left her. I don't know. The whole story seems pretty sketchy, to be honest. You I'm not sure exactly what happened, but this guy is missing. So, you know, and I hope we somehow maybe find him alive, or or just find him in general, get some closure for the family, for the mom and dad, and because this is terrible, he was starting his senior year at Chico State, I believe, and it's just terrible. I hate to see that. Um, and that this, I mean, and if he did, flip off and drown in the water or whatever, or whatever happened to him, you got to know that the Sacramento River is a dangerous river. A lot of people don't think it is, but it is. The currents are strong. If you get caught under, a log, or get snagged up, get tipped over, hit your head, it's that river will take you, and it's not as safe as it may seem. So just be careful if you're gonna do it. Don't be drinking too much. Don't be smoking on that good too much. Get lackadaisical. And just and go overboard, because maybe wear a life jacket. As quirky as it may seem, that river really is no joke. It's I've floated on a few times, and I'll probably never do it again. I've just heard too many stories of people getting injured at the river, or just not showing up ever again. So I know the search and rescue, the police, and all those folks are out there looking for this guy, and I hope they find him. So my heart's out to the family, and I really do hope they find him, because and I hope they get to the bottom line of this story, because it just sounds so fishy to me. I don't understand how his friend just doesn't know. Like, if his friend seen him go under, 2 days prior to him getting arrested, and doesn't say anything, like, that just seems very suspicious to me. I don't know exactly what's going on. So I think, I'm sure they'll, and the police will get to the, they'll do their job. They'll get to the bottom line of this. But I just hope, the family gets some closure, and just for and they just find this guy. No one. I don't like to hear this shit, especially happening here in the hometown. And like I said, it's just it's a fishy story, and they'll get to the bottom of it. It might take some more time, but and like I said, if you've heard of anything, please let the authorities know, please, because this is getting to be a fishy story. So, anyways. What else is happening in the world? All right, on a higher note, Brendan Schaub and Brian Callen are gonna be here August 31st, I believe, at Gold Country Casino. Now, I could be wrong, but I do not think. I believe the tickets are sold out. I could be wrong on that. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure. I believe they're sold out. But if they're not, go ahead and get your ticket. It's going to be hilarious. Brendan Schaub and, Mr. Callen, they're funny dudes. And if you're into comedy, go get that shit. And, go find your Craigslist tickets for that Oktoberfest. For Sierra Nevada boy, NBA young boy. But always, I'm out here shouting out, shouting out Sierra Nevada, but shout out Redwood Cove, shout out to that beer. That beer is just Flago. That's that good beer. That's that beer that put a little bit of lead in your pencil. Make you grow a little bit of hair on the chest. That's that shit right there. It may not even, who knows? Who knows what's in this beer? That's the beauty of it. But all I know is it's fire. It's always coming with that heavy hitter. So shout out them. But I will be going to Oktoberfest here in Nevada. So gang. Yeah. Anyway, what's going on? What else I want to talk about here with these NBA young boys? With you NBA young boys and gals. You know. Oh yeah, back to the football train. I've been playing NCAA 14. Now, that was the last one they made. If they made another one, that would be dope, but they're not because of legal issues, blah, 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 blah. So this goes back to my Craigslist black market deal here is EA Sports. Whoever is making the Madden games or just any games in general that have to do with the sports, fucking take one for the team. Take one for the fucking team, dude. Make a goddamn NCAA game. Sell it to the black Craigslist market, the black market, but has to be on the Craigslist. And don't say your names, don't say anything. Just do it. Just do it. Do it. Make it happen. The people have spoken. We want the game. Okay? Now, I know there's a bunch of legal things, but just make the game. Some underground person just got to make that game. Make it happen. If we gotta raise enough money for you to make the game, then we'll act accordingly. Because I'm sure the community out there, the NCAA community for the game, they're gonna be down for it, and we can come up with this money. We want the game. Yeah, it just needs to take a few people put their their heads together and be like, we got to do it for the people. This is a free country, if I'm not mistaken. So with your free fucking will that that we have, just go out there and make the game. I would make the game myself if I could, but I don't know how, so I'm leaving it to you or to any video game makers. Go out there and make NCAA 2020. Make it happen. We're tired. Madden's a great game and all, but you can only play so much Madden. It's all the fucking same. Give me some NCAA. You know what I mean? I mean, don't get me wrong. The NCAA 14, it holds up, but I gotta play on my PlayStation 3. I can't play on my PlayStation 4. The graphics hold up still, I'll say, whatever. They still got a Revo. Who the fuck rocks a Revo? No one. But, the graphics still hold up. But they're not going to hold up for much longer. So, please, just, someone, video game creator, someone who's listening, hear me out and make the goddamn game. Even if it has to be illegal. Make the game, all the illegal shit that we do is always fun, right? Always gonna get an adrenaline rush, you know what I mean? I'm down. I'll be fucking down to play that game and then have the feds walk in, bust in my door and be like, you're playing NCAA 2020, you're going to jail. And when I go to jail, everyone's gonna know and be like, oh, he was playing NCAA 2020. And they're going to be like, yeah, that's that dude. He's cool. And then there's going to be a whole group of people who are in fucking jail because they played NCAA 2020. And then we all come together because we're going to be with the same people who created the game. And we're just going to keep busting them out. Keep busting this video game out until they have to. So they have to be like, you know what? We should just start making this game. It would just be better. It'd be easier. We're already spending this much money putting people in jail, busting through people's doors, just to bust people out here playing the NCAA 2020. But yeah, fucking again, come on, make a guy. And you know what? Make fucking NCAA basketball. Maybe not baseball, but basketball. I think the last one was like 2009 or 2008. That shit was raw as fuck too. But my main focus is on the football one though. Let's not get ahead of myself here or ahead of ourselves. Let's just start with the football. Okay, bring that shit back. I'm telling you, if you have to go underground, if you gotta go behind EA Sports' fucking back to do it, you may lose your job. But that's all right because you have done a service to the people. And the people have spoken and we want the fucking game back. So please, do yourself a favor. Do the people a favor. And make this game. You know. Yeah, anyways. Alright, well, I'm going to sign off here. I think that's enough of me ranting on for a day. Stay tuned for the next episode of the JayCast. And as always, this episode is brought to you by Redwood Cove Brewing Company. Shout out to the CEO, Eric Jensen. You know, and always stay classy, San Diego. Peace out and one love.